Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Major trigger warning for this video, folks. What you are about to hear, what you are about to see, can be potentially extremely offensive and possibly even dangerous because, as we know, words are violence. There is a huge scandal, a career-ending scandal, coming out of the United Kingdom involving the current leader of the Tories, otherwise known as the Conservative Party in UK, a man by the name of Rishi Sunak. I'm sure you've seen him before. If you're tuned in at least slightly to politics that's happening in the West, you've most likely seen his face. He's the one who took over after Boris Johnson resigned. Well, folks, there's a leaked video. Oh, these leaked videos tend to be real bad. A leaked video of Rishi Sunak saying something in supposedly a private setting. Someone recorded the whole thing, and boy, oh boy, is it a massive scandal. You can tell I'm obviously being sarcastic. Obviously, I'm having a little fun with this one, because leftoids are literally presenting this as if it's the worst thing ever. As if this is the smoking gun, this is what they need to take down the Conservative Party in the United Kingdom. Wait till you guys see this, you're gonna get a kick out of it. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so you know this video is gonna be good because we're starting off with hinknews.com. Rishi Sunak mocks trans women in leaked video footage. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has been secretly filmed mocking trans people in footage shared exclusively with Pink News. Sunak was caught on video joking about women having male genitalia and making fun of Lib Democrat leader Ed Davey for supporting trans rights. Alright, so that's the way they framed it, right? Supposedly Rishi Sunak is mocking trans women and making jokes about women with male appendages and making fun of the left-wing leader for, quote, supporting trans rights. Well, I know this is gonna be shocking to you guys, but what if I told you that the framing in this article, everything I just read you, is completely disingenuous framing? Shocked, I know, you would have never guessed it. Here's the gist of this massive scandal. Let's first start off with the backstory. I've actually been paying attention to everything that's been going on with this issue in the UK just because I watch Piers Morgan Uncensored quite regularly on YouTube. There's currently a lot of public discussion over this specific claim, the claim of women can have male appendages, because of this moment on a very popular radio show where a left-wing leader said this.
I think we need to manage this and think about it and debate it with a bit more maturity and a bit more compassion.
Well, that's what Sir Keir Starmer once said to me, and he never did answer the question, can a woman have a penis?
Well, I've just answered that question.
They can.
Listen, I've made it really clear that if people, the vast majority of people will have the same gender as their biological sex, but a small number won't.
So a woman can have a penis?
Well, quite clearly.
You could tell that he's absolutely mortified of the question and obviously can only answer in one way, that yes, of course, women can definitely have male appendages. And after he said that, obviously, it's been a big topic of discussion. People have been making jokes, mocking, ridicule, whatever it is. And so that's the context. Then Rishi Sunak, the current Conservative leader and Prime Minister of the country, said this during an event in relation to that moment. It didn't just come out of nowhere.
And energy security, it shows his spectacular misjudgment and why he's completely unfit to lead our country. And at the same period of time over the period, you may have noticed Ed Davey has been very busy. Like me, you have probably seen that he was busy trying to convince everybody that women clearly had penises. And I was reflecting, you all know I am a big fan of everybody studying maths to 18. But it turns out that we need to focus on biology to 18.
And that's the video, pointing out the clear lack of basic biological standards when it comes to left-wing rhetoric and going after his political opponents' priorities, claiming this is what they're busy with instead of doing anything of actual relevance. And that is supposedly a major scandal. That's a big issue, because he said that left-wingers should study basic biology, and it's ridiculous to imply that women have male appendages. That is what's being framed as making fun of trans women and making fun of liberal Democrat leader Ed Davey for, quote, supporting trans rights. You know, these emotionally charged buzzwords are so ridiculous. Trans rights? Like, what does that have to do with anything? We're talking about basic biology here. You have a top official of a major political party in the United Kingdom claiming women can have male appendages, and the opposition leader simply points out the fact that that's completely ridiculous, and supposedly he's advocating against trans rights. What does that have to do with trans rights? It's literally just a buzzword that's used to gaslight political opponents, paint them as extremists. If they say literally anything, regardless of how factual it is, any dissenting opinion or statement to the left-wing woke orthodoxy. It's completely insane. I don't know how many times we have to repeat this, but all people, regardless of color of skin, gender, orientation, have all of their rights protected and enshrined in basically every single Western democracy. I don't understand this kind of rhetoric. Mocking liberal Democrat leader for supporting trans rights, going on a podcast or a radio show and claiming that women have you know what, is supporting trans rights. That is insane, and you have immediately lost me, and honestly I think you've probably lost most normal, totally not brainwashed human beings. The political woke lobby is losing people. If this is the standard of a career-ending leaked video, then the wokies have lost. You have nothing. There's no merit behind most of your activism. There's no science behind most of what you're advocating for. Obviously, we've proved that on multiple occasions, and you are simply losing people. That is happening. With a video like this, people will see the framing. Oh my God, what is it? Leaked footage, what did this guy say? Then they watch it and they're like, okay, I literally don't understand what I just watched. That's pretty much the reaction. That's the exact reaction that I had. And then you contrast that with the framing, trans rights and mocking people, bigot, yada, yada, yada. Two just don't connect for most honest people. And to add just a little bit of data to this idea that the woke lobby is losing people, this is data from US voters, but it's pretty similar across the board in Western countries. Harvard-Harris did a poll on these two questions. Here are the results. 78% of Americans say that puberty blockers and gender surgery should only be allowed for those over 18 years old. 79% oppose the law in their state that would allow gender-changing surgery and puberty blockers for minors without parental permission. And from this University of Massachusetts poll, 60% of Americans say that being a man or a woman is something that is permanent and cannot be changed, including 90% of Republicans, 64% of independents, and 36% of Democrats. So clearly on these issues, Western societies, people in the West, are clearly moving away from the more fringe, extreme, radical leftist ideologies and unscientific woke beliefs. All we gotta do to keep on winning on these issues is very simple. Let these wokies continue to do what they're doing, let them speak. Clearly they're not convincing anyone. I think the best thing that we could do is literally kind of just shut up and let them go on and on and on and expose themselves. And secondly, just continue to say the truth, approach these topics genuinely, honestly, and most importantly, stop apologizing. You know, that's an important issue here, especially with Mr. Rishi Sunak. You know, UK politics isn't the same. Conservatives there are very, very milquetoast and cringe. You know, a couple of years ago, a British conservative politician would have already probably resigned and apologized. He would have bowed down to the woke mob. In this case, I hope it doesn't happen. Don't apologize. Never apologize for telling the truth. Never apologize for standing by what you believe is right. We continue to do those things, fight for what we believe is right, tell the truth, never apologize, and we're just going to keep on winning on all of these issues. Clearly, we're on the right side of history, the right side of the issues. People are realizing it. People are coming to our side. And the wokesters are, well, shooting themselves in the foot at every single point and turn. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you on the next one.